Hello, my dear students. We are back with the one more session of combustion and flame. So, in the last session, we have studied about the types of combustion and flame. You know what is flame? Any substance that vaporizes during burning will produce the flame. Okay. So, in this session, we will learn about the structure of the flame. So, we will study the structure of the candle flame. Okay. So here the candle will produce the light by releasing the heat. So how this heat is produced? This produces from a chemical reaction known as combustion. Here what happens? The wax reacts with the oxygen. Wax reacts with the oxygen present in the air and it produces the carbon dioxide. Okay. So this is how the reaction takes place and the candle will produce the heat. So the substance when vaporizes, it will produce a flame. So you know kerosene oil, molten wax, so these all will produce the flame during burning. Okay. So here in the last session we saw some activities. We took a glass slide and we took a copper wire and we heated. So what did we observe in that? So in the glass slide you observe that a round black spot was there. Okay. So we used a non-luminous zone there and we heated a copper wire. So we used a luminous zone. Sorry, non-luminous zone. In case of glass slide we used luminous zone and in case of copper wire we used a non-luminous zone. Okay, so what is a difference between this luminous zone and non-luminous zone? So generally there are two types of flames. One is non-luminous flame and luminous flame. Okay, so here luminous flame means here the incomplete combustion will takes place. Okay, and in the non-luminous flame the complete combustion takes place. When complete combustion takes place, this non-luminous flame is produced. So why this complete combustion will takes place? Because of the sufficient supply of the oxygen and it is generally colorless. And luminous flame, it occurs because of the incomplete combustion, because of the insufficient amount of the oxygen, and the color will be bright yellow. And this luminous flame, it will provides the light, and this non-luminous flame is very hot. Okay, so this is the difference between the luminous flame and the non-luminous flame. So now we will study the different zones of the flame. The first zone is the outer zone. Okay, and the second zone is the middle zone. The third zone is the inner zone. Okay, so here due to the complete combustion, the outer zone is blue in color. Okay, so this zone, it is said as the hottest in temperature. So the outer zone is the hottest zone. Okay, so when you compare to the other zone, the outer zone is the very hottest zone. So this blue colored zone is the non-luminous part of the flame. Here you can see the blue color zone. So this is the non-luminous part of the flame. Clear? And the middle zone, you can see a yellow color here. This yellow color is known as the middle zone. So this is the bright part. This is bright part of the flame in the middle zone. So it is moderately hot. Okay, and partial combustion takes place here, not the complete combustion. Here the partial combustion takes place. And the last zone is the innermost zone. Innermost zone, here it is the least hot region of the flame. This innermost zone is black in color. Okay, why it is black in color? Because of the presence of the unburnt wax vapors. Okay, so these are the three different zones of the flame. One is outer zone, middle zone and inner zone, and outer zone is the hottest part of the flame. Clear? So next we will study about the fuel. So what is fuel? So any substance which is burnt to produce heat is known as the fuel. You have different varieties of substances. So you have charcoal, cow dung, coal, LPG, kerosene, petrol. So these are the fuel. So we have different solid fuel, liquid fuel and gaseous fuel. So solid fuel example is wood, charcoal, coal, and liquid fuel, oils from the distillation of petroleum. So which are the oils do you get when you distilled? We get petrol, diesel, kerosene. Okay, so these are the liquid fuel. Coal tar. Then gaseous fuel, coal gas, water gas, hydrogen gas. So these are the gaseous fuel. Okay. So the good fuel will have some characteristics. So these are the ideal fuel. Ideal fuel means any fuel which is readily available. So it should be easily available and it should be cheap in price. Okay, and ideal fuel burns easily in the air at a moderate rate and it releases large amount of energy, and it should not leave behind any undesirable substances which can be harmful to us. That means it should not release any pollutants. It should not pollute the air, and it should not affect the environment adversely. So these are the characteristics of the ideal fuel or a good fuel. And fuel will differ in the cost also. So different fuels will have different cost. Okay. So we will study how the efficiency of the fuel is calculated. What is the fuel efficiency? Okay, here take for example, you take certain amount of water. I can say 1 kg of water, and you take 3 different fuels. Take cow dung, coal and LPG. Okay, you heat this 1 kg of water with 3 different fuels, cow dung, coal and LPG separately. So which one will be very efficient? So whether the cow dung will boil the water first, or the coal will be boiling the water first, or the LPG will boil the water first. You have to observe. So what you observe here, LPG, we will prefer the LPG out of this cow dung, coal and charcoal. Okay, because it has the highest calorific value and it will not cause pollution. So then what is this calorific value? Calorific value means the amount of energy produced in the form of heat as a result of combustion of complete combustion of 1 kg of fuel is known as calorific value. Okay, that means when you take any substance, take any substance, so when you heat it, so the amount of energy produced, it will be in the form of a heat. So when you burn 1 kg of fuel, that energy is known as the calorific value. Here the unit expressed is kilojoule per kg. Kilojoule per kg is the unit of the calorific value. Understood? So you take any substance, okay, when the complete combustion of 1 kg of fuel is seen, the amount of heat produced or the amount of energy produced is known as the calorific value. Clear? So here the calorific value of different fuels are given. The cow dung, it has 6000 to 8000 kilojoule. Wood 17,000 to 22,000. Coal 25 to 33,000. Petrol 45,000. Kerosene, diesel 45. Methane 50,000. CNG 50,000. LPG 55,000. Biogas 35 to 40,000. Hydrogen 1,50,000. So when you observe these calorific value, so tell me which is more efficient. Okay. So next we use different fuels, you know that. So some of the fuels will be very harmful to us. They will release the harmful gases. Okay. So burning of fuels will leads to harmful products. So the first carbon fuels like wood, coal, petroleum, they will release the unburnt carbon particles. Okay. So this will cause the pollution. So these carbon unburnt particles, they are dangerous pollutants. This will cause the respiratory diseases like asthma. Okay. And next, incomplete combustion of these fuels will give the carbon monoxide gas. So this carbon monoxide gas, it is very poisonous gas and it is dangerous to burn coal in a closed room. So if you burn a coal in a closed room, this harmful gas is released. So the carbon monoxide, it can kill the person sleeping in that room. So it is very dangerous as much. Suppose in a closed room, if you burn a fuel and if carbon monoxide gas is produced, suppose if the person is sleeping in that room, that person will be killed. It is very much dangerous. Okay. Next, combustion of most fuels releases carbon dioxide in the environment. So increased concentration of carbon dioxide in the air will cause the global warming. You have studied in your lower classes what is global warming. So the rise in the temperature of the atmosphere of the earth is the global warming. So this will result in the melting of the polar glaciers. So that will leads to the rise in the sea level. The sea level will rise and it will cause the floods in the coastal areas. Okay. So all the low-lying areas will be submerged under the water. Okay. So this is the effect of the global warming. Next is a burning of coal and diesel releases sulfur dioxide gas and it is extremely suffocative and corrosive gas. Okay. So here when you burn the coal and diesel, it will release the sulfur dioxide gas. So this gas is very suffocating and corrosive, means it will burn. And this petrol engine, it will give off gaseous oxides of nitrogen. Okay. This oxides of sulfur and nitrogen, it will dissolve in the rainwater. So when the rain comes, these gases, the sulfur dioxide and the nitrogen dioxide gases mix with the rainwater and forms the acid rain. Okay, so it is very harmful for the crops. You know what are the effects of the acid rain? It will affect the crops and buildings and also the soil. Okay, so these are the effects of burning fuels. So the use of diesel and petrol as fuels in automobiles is being replaced by the compressed natural gas. So instead of using diesel and petrol, we can use compressed natural gas, that is CNG, because this will not produce the harmful products. It will produce, but it will produce in a small amount. So CNG is considered as the cleaner fuel. Okay. So nowadays in most of the autos and cars, they are using the compressed natural gas. So they are stored in the cylinder. Clear? Okay, so this is the end of this chapter. Thank you.